Okay. Welcome everyone to round 9 of the SFR season in our F2 division here in Interlagos. As we approach the end of our season, our championships are coming to an end. We have a close fight between Prema and Virtuosi in the constructors. Let me switch over to the game. And we have Galaxy, who is now driving in F1, leading the Drivers' Championship by quite a bit, with Ikastef behind. Galaxy not attending today, so Ikastef will likely keep the championship alive for another round. We are ready to go. Let's jump on board with Ikastef and see what he can do. Why is there no audio? There we go. So, very windy. Many turns are on this track. Lots of medium speed corners. Very easy to get into a DRS train around here. Usually Brazil known for its massively long DRS trains in league racing, especially in F2 when you have equal cars. F1 might be a bit different when there's the performance differences. But right now, Minico is leading the pack, and UF Vega and Ikastef are also on good laps. Now just a straight to go pretty much. A kink in the track, but this is full throttle. You just gotta power down. Take a tight line through here. Finish your lap, and Minico will take pole position, followed by Ikastef and Drygosh and Ronnie Clay fourth, Sabenkro in fifth, and a few invalidations and DNFs as well. So, Minico on pole. 10th place was the Saudi Arabian driver Vabo. So he will be on reverse grid pole. He was disqualified along with Fleezus and UF Vega. Griza and Ligo did not finish their laps. Pro Pringle, the slowest of the drivers to complete a lap. So, sprint race, no pit stop required, no mandatory pit stop required. Driver is probably just going to put on a set of softs or mediums and go to the end and try and make up some positions on the track rather than the pit phase. So everyone on mediums. Vabo leading us off in the VAR. Vega in second, Griza in third. Of course, Griza serving a quali ban. So he did not complete a lap. He just retired immediately. Of course, some people disqualified, so they finished behind. Um, and so that is out of his control. But Griza will be hoping to make up some positions as he was decently fast in Mexico, but uh, got into a bit of trouble in the steward's room after the race, um, leading to a qualifying ban for today. And that will make things more interesting. Hopefully makes this race more interesting. Feature race as well. And we are almost ready to go racing here. Now the Trident of Fleezus finally arriving on the grid. Here we go. Lights are on. And lights out. And away we go. Looks like a good start for Vabo. Vega had a little bit of a snap in the second phase. Down into turn one, there was Lego down the inside. Oh, bit of contact. The Red Bulls of not the actual Red Bulls, but the Prema liveries, as there's a car off the track that comes back on. Oh, that one might have been an unsafe rejoin. There's a bit of contact at the back. Because of the unsafe rejoin, the Prema's battling it out of Ikasef and Seb here. Um, Here we go into Sector 2. Um, Very racy so far as Ronnie Clay has spun around at the back of the pack. And now we'll have to get going again and hope to recover. And hope for a safety car to bring him in. As now UF Vega is very close to the gearbox of Vabo. You gotta think he's lining up a move here. And Vabo's under a lot of pressure from the Charus of UF Vega. Of course, no DRS yet, as it's the first lap. And Vabo looks like he's got a pretty high straight line speed set up on, as even in the slipstream, Vega was not really gaining. Oh, there is Griza up to fourth. And I'm getting confused with all these Red Bull cars. The F2 cars, all of them, the Dams, the Premas are Red Bulls, but we've got two Premas, two teammates, and Seb and Ikastef going side by side. And finally Seb will have to back out. Now Steph is gonna look for a move back on Griza. He is, of course, in a Red Bull car. Also, fun fact, in the Red Bull Academy of SFR. So, oh, Vabo now losing positions. He must have made a mistake on the exit as he's all the way down to fifth. And now him and Seb are going side by side. Oh, and a bit of a snap from Seb there, but mostly clean racing we're getting here. Oh, Vabo went very wide. There's a tap. Oh, Vabo into the wall. He might have damage. He'll have to back out. That is unfortunate for the VAR there. And now Drag gets ahead of Minico. Meanwhile, oh, wow. What in the world happened there? That's a safety car. Massive collision. I only caught the uh the Prima of Seb around, and then cars followed each other, and that is a VSC. It looks like this full safety car is coming out as it is heading out onto the track right now. So a full safety car. It says virtual for now, but it will update in a second to a full course safety car. But yeah, that was a massive collision. Unfortunately, Minico is the one the worst of it. Oh, Drygas just ran into the back of Griza. Is that going to be a penalty? Not for now. Yeah, one of the Red Bulls is spun on track. Which one? You never know. Probably Seb, given he's down to 8th, but massive chain reaction collision. Lots of cars. Had to get on the brakes. Not many were expecting it. Oh, Vega's in the pits. Interesting. I would imagine that's for wing changes. You would not want to pit under this race. Normally, Seb's also in the pits. Same with Griza. Interesting. Vega's not getting a wing change. He's just going on the softs. It's a strategy, I guess. An interesting strategy opted in for by the Cheroos. No wing change. Just going on to a set of softs. So, we actually do have strategy in the sprint. Um, the only thing is, that is not going to be ideal for Vega's feature races. He'll be down a set of softs. That's another reason you don't see many pit stops in the sprint races, because you have a really limited number of tires, and if you switch tires, you're just losing a set for the feature race. Yeah. Oh, Seb. Oh, a track limit warning under safety car. That is not what you want to see if you're Seb. Oh, and Fleezus is in the pits. Hmm. Is he electing for a set of softs too? As well as Dry Goach in the pits. A lot more pit stops than I thought I'd be seeing, but it's turning out to be an interesting race for this second half. But drivers going to be on different sets of tires. Yeah, I usually see like almost no one pit, but half the grid is in the pits. So Ligo in a good position here. Um, we'll probably go another lap around the circuit with the back of the field not cut up. Pro Pringle is still in the pits. Um, he's coming out now. And yeah, so at least for the constructors between Virtuosi and Prema, we have no Virtuosis left. Minico's the only one attending today, and we have 2 Premas and Seb and Ikastef still in the race. So Prema at the advantage right now. Yeah, I have no clue what half the grid is gonna do for the feature race, as they won't have a non-worn set of softs, I believe. So uh, I don't know what they're cooking there, but they gotta get their strategist a proper strategy. And let's see, is the safety car gonna come in? It's been 3 laps, but I think it's gonna. Oh, it's gonna come in. So Pringle's gotta hurry it up, or he's not gonna catch up. I don't think he will make it to the back of the pack in time. Ligo will decide when we go. Ikastef trying to push him along. There he goes. He catches Ikastef off guard. Ikastef is under pressure here from Babo, who's got to be careful not to overtake before the safety car. I think he must have lifted um, as to not. Oh, and there's a snap. There's contact. Vega off the track. Oh, and that's around. Oh, that you gotta think maybe that Red Bull was at fault there. Kind of cut off Vega at the apex, or on the exit of the corner. Um, and now Vega has damage and is at the back. Oh, and again, I believe that is Ronnie Clay off the track. Fleezus has got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place. So that might have been Fleezus off the track. We'll see if that's an unfair penalty that gets overturned by the stewards after the race. But now, Ligo gonna see these Red Bulls behind him, much like Carlos Sainz in Italy was seeing the Red Bulls behind him. He's just gonna have to hold them up for the entire rest of the race, and this is not looking good. Let's go on to the tires. Oh, and there's a 3 wide. Oh my gosh, what is happening at the back here? Luckily, they all back out because there was gonna be doomed for a collision there if they continued. Griza going into turn 1 now. Oh, it might be 3 wide. Oh, and there's, oh, you could see it coming. It was a send by, I believe, Fleezus. And now they're all the worse for it. And now Ikastef, meanwhile, going down the inside out of the Retta Apasta and taking the lead of the race. And now Dreig is on the attack as well, as he is pressuring Ronnie Clay in the ART ahead. I had to throw that in. And Vigo will now have to struggle to hold on to DRS from these really fast Premas he's in a sandwich between. Oh, he's just got a massive snap, and Seb's gonna smell blood here. Like a shark in the water, here comes Seb on the attack. And DRS enabled. Seb's not gonna try and need it. He's gonna go down the inside into turn 1. Ligo's gonna fight it out. Oh, who's got the DRS? Oh, a little bit of contact. And now Seb takes the P2. Ligo's got a bit of slipstream. Tried to think about it. Down the inside he's going. Oh, and Ligo retakes second place. That's a brilliant move by the American. And now Vega, you can see these softs starting to work. Oh my gosh. Ronnie Clay went extremely wide, a bit deep on the brakes, and he's let through both Dragosh and UF Vega. Ronnie Clay, a penalty to add on to his sadness. And there. Oh, and there's a yellow flag for Vabo around. And now down to 8th place. He was up in the top 5 and now down into 8th place is not ideal. The last of the points positions. Here comes UF Vega now. Much like Seb tried to do this time, Vega's going to go to the outside. Drag's going to defend the inside. Can he hold it? Can we get a camera angle? Thank you. And now Vega takes 4th place. Ligo and Seb having an almighty battle here. And Vega and Dragosh going side by side. And Vega is going to keep 4th place. These are some great battles we're seeing. Let's put on the penalty so you can see what these positions actually mean. So Seb really not fighting Ligo for position. He's trying to get away from the rest of the pack. So again, like I said, this track is prone to DRS trains, but we are seeing some great battling in the sprint race. But Ligo has seemingly lost DRS to Seb ahead, and now might be under pressure from these softs of Vega that are coming alive. And now a bit of lag and ghosting there. Or might have been a, not lag, but could have been a screen freeze there from Ligo as he teleported backwards. Right into, oh, there's a bit of contact between Ligo and Vega comes out the worst. And Vega then uses that straight line speed to get ahead of Ligo, back into 3rd place. It's 2.6 seconds the gap to Seb. Vega's probably not battling for the win here, even with those soft tires, as Ikastef is 5 seconds up the road. And all Vega has to do is finish within 3 seconds of Seb to get 2nd place. Griza, meanwhile, gets a 3-second penalty, and that could be big. Now we are going to get a bit of a lull, I would think, between the battles. But here comes Dragoch, the Welshman, thinking about a move, gonna force his way down the inside. And bit of contact, but it seemed mostly clean as Dragoch takes 4th place from Ligo. Oh, and Ligo has just gone off the track. Oh, and he's around. Hopefully, the cars behind are able to avoid him. Oh, my gosh. That one might be looked at in the steward's room as I guess that was Vabo, who made contact with Ligo, who was reversing right into the path of his car there, and that one, um, not what you want to see. Vega's caught up a lot, but again, he's gonna have to overtake Seb this lap and then Igastef the next lap, so his chances of a win are waning, even if he is catching at an almighty rate. But he's gonna give it a shot. He's not giving up yet. So Vega switching onto the softs. He just wants to capitalize on this sprint, and he's hoping to win it, but again, the clock is ticking. This is the second to last lap. And he's got 2 Premas ahead of him. So, now within DRS of Seb. Into Sector 2 we go. 7/10 the gap. Going down to 6/10. Now he's going to get DRS. Bit of a squirmy exit is seen from Vega. Pro Pringle gets a 3-second penalty, but he's at the very back. Not close enough. But he's going to get a second helping of DRS here. He needs to get a good exit. Vega does get a good exit, but he's not close enough. He can't send it there. And now his dreams of a win in the sprint seemingly falling apart. And he'll just have to settle for second place. You wonder if Seb may be defending a bit for his teammate, but regardless, Vega, it was always going to be a struggle for Vega to overtake and get into first place very quickly. And now, out of the final quarter, Igastef is going to take another win in F2. Trying to provide a challenge to Galaxy, who has almost a 70-point lead, I believe. And now Vega finishes second, Seb finishes third, and Drygoch fourth, Griza fifth, Roddy sixth, Vabo seventh or sixth after Roddy's penalty, and Ligo, the final points finisher, in eighth. Fleezus and Pro Pringle, a race to forget for Pro Pringle. He didn't even make it back to the safety car pack. And, oh, has just destroyed a marker board, probably in frustration. But he'll cross the line in 10th place. And yeah, a good sprint, racing-wise. And Steph comes out the victor. Prema, that means, have taken another gap into the championship as they were leading by 8 points over Virtuosi heading into today. That gap starting to expand. Vega does take home the fastest lap, of course, going onto the soft tires, um, paying off. Well, it paid off in the sprint, but we'll see how it pays off in the feature race because he is going to struggle on that tire strategy now. As now we are going to get a regular qualifying grid. And Minico hoping for a much better race, although the incident might not have been their fault. They'll hope to keep it clean and avoid any massive incidents like what happened in the midfield in this one, or in the sprint race. But Minico on pole, Ikastef alongside in the front row, Dragosh in third, Roniclay fourth, Seb finishes off the top 5. And let's check tires. Interesting. So, 3 of the top 4 on mediums, and the rest of the grid is on softs. Grease is left. See if we can get an invite. But yeah, the leaders choosing the mediums, everyone else choosing the softs. That's gonna make a interesting action on the opening laps, you would think. As the drivers do their weaving, Minico's got to think about getting a good start because Ikastef is on softer compound tires, which means probably he will get a much better start off the grid. So we probably will see action into turn 1. But everyone almost ready to get going. Fleezus unfortunately missed his grid position, and so lights are going on, and lights out, and away we go. I don't know how that wasn't a drive-through, but into the lead goes Ikastef. Griza up to third. Um, that was weird, but Griza now down to 5th, and now falling back in the grid. Minico gonna have to stick with Ikastef if he wants to win. He cannot let Ikastef get away and use those softs while they're hot. So the medium runner's under pressure, as you would have thought. And now Seb looking to make use of those soft tires as well. So Prema is going to be causing panic for the leaders as Pro Pringle down the inside of Griza. And, oh, contact. But luckily, I believe no one has gone off the track, but they're still side by side. I don't know how no one spun around there. And now we've got cars racing each other like their life's on the line. Seb around the outside. Drag holding. Look at that grip from the soft though, as Drag has to back out. Seb up to 3rd place. Fleas is up to 10th. Seb on a charge now. And Ligo is also looking to make a move. Drag is not going to be having fun out there on those mediums. Maybe that was the incorrect tire call from Drag Goach, but he was doing what a lot of the other leaders were. Vabo makes a nice move on Pro Pringle. And now Drag is gonna hope that he doesn't see any other cars behind him trying to make moves. Miniko is within that 1 second range right now, but it's close. And the DRS is going to be enabled here as we cross the line. Griza needs an invite. And now DRS is enabled. Miniko, importantly, has stuck with Ikastav, which is massive for their chances. And oh my gosh, almost right into the back of Drag. You can see how much advantage these soft runners have as down the inside. That's an almighty send. And to be fair to Ligo, he's almost making this work. Bumped out wide a bit by Drag. Tried to make it work. Almost had it. But unfortunately for Ligo, he cannot make the move stick. As Miniko still sticking with. He even sets the fastest lap, so he's on the charge. Vega in the back of the pack also setting a fastest lap, interestingly. So this is not an ideal start for Steph then, because he's going to be under pressure as his tires start to wear, and as they the grip comes to, oh, and there's been a crash at the back involving Griza and Fleezus, and that's a full course safety car. And don't know what happened there, but not what you want to see. And that will, ooh, Ligo almost running into the back of Drag there. But now we'll see. I think the soft runners will pit and go into mediums. I don't imagine the medium runners will pit, but we'll see. Yep. And yes. So, soft runners in the pit. Drag is going into the pit. Ronnie Clay stays out. Oh, we got a Mix of strategy. Interestingly, Dry Coach is in the pits. I did not expect that. Vabu's gonna retire in the pit lane. And now we're gonna see Ikastef now on the fresh tires compared to the 2 leaders. And safety car won't come in yet. Oh, Seb went into the pits as well, onto the softs, which I feel like won't last the whole 15 laps, but maybe they know better. Oh, Miniko's in the pits, so he thinks the softs will last, but he's gone later. You think he's gonna probably come out near the back of the field. But he's gonna take the punishment and go on to the soft tires. So, Pro Pringle again in last place. He's not having the best race weekend. And we're gonna see cars going in circles for another 3 laps. And so, again, another safety car lap. And let's, I guess, discuss everyone's chances. Ronnie Clay, the only one who has not pitted yet, and you think will probably go backwards once the race starts. Ikastef's in a good position. Dry is on softs, so he'll probably look good off the start, but might struggle at the end. Ligo, Vega in similar positions to that. Ikastef. Miniko's on a lap pressure tires, but those lap was under safety car, so probably doesn't mean much. Seb also on the softs again. We'll have to make those work. Gonna need some tire management, and Pro Pringle hopefully can catch up to the pack before this safety car starts again. Um, which it looks like he might be able to. Which means everyone should be at the back of the pack. Safety car might come in this lap. And it will. So safety car in this lap. Ronnie will lead everyone away. Pro Pringle racing to get back to where the field is. And hopes Ronnie holds them up a bit. And Ronnie Clay will finally get a move on. And goes out wide. Vega and Ligo swapping positions, but that was definitely before the safety car line, so we'll have to give it back. Now into turn 1 we go. Clean restart there, as no one making any dive bombs into turn 1. Ikistef has now got a great run on Ronnie Clay. He's going to look for a move up the inside of the ART, and he's going to make it stick, and look at Drygoach following him through on that grip of those soft tires. Ikistef's going to struggle to hold him back, as Drygoach just 2/10 behind, and this is very close racing here. Minico looking for space as well. He's going to be racy on those softs. Soft runners have to cut through the pack as quick as possible if they want to win. Oh, and there's contact there as Ligo goes up the inside of Ronnie Clay, and he is losing massively out. He's got to pit soon, you would think, and he's not made the right strategy call. Here comes the Welshman, Drygoach, around the outside. Into turn 1 they go. Ikistef brakes late, maybe too late. Here comes a switchback. Drygoach will open up the exit, and he's not got DRS yet, but he's got Slipstream. Ikistef's defending for his life. And, oh, was that contact there? Drag not liking this defense, I would imagine, as Seb makes a move on Ronnie Clay. And Drag is really probably fuming in that car. But he's got to put a few more fumes in that engine and get that extra horsepower to make it past this Prema, who's defending for this win like it's the last race of his life. Oh, there was a massive snap from Ikistef, and now Drygoach had to lift to avoid contact as he gets a snap on the curb. And now Minico is in this fight for the win. This is going to be very interesting. Steph defending for his life. DRS now enabled. Drag down the inside of Ikistef. And now DRS is enabled. So he's going to have to defend. Ikistef's going to come back at him. Minico's going to come at them. Now Ikistef down the inside. Can't make it work. And now he's under pressure from the Virtuosi. Caution in yellow sector 1. Pro Pringle's retired in the pit lane. Or actually not in the pit lane. He's hit the wall, I guess. And now a safety car is out. Oh my gosh. Wow. And I saw it near the pit lane, and I thought he just retired in the pit lane. But he actually retired on... his car retired on track, whether he clicked retire on track or he hit a wall. There is a safety car on track now. So, what does this do for the tire strategy? I imagine no one pits. Except for maybe... Well, Ronnie Clay will pit. Which might make him a threat at the end. But I don't think people have a fresh set of softs. Oh. They are coming into the pits. Oh, and Drygoach. A bad mistake to get a 5-second penalty. Ligo's going to take the lead of the race. Ronnie Clay's staying out. Interesting. And now Seb is getting held up by his teammate. And they're all getting held up as Dry Goach. That 5-second penalty is going to be a killer. And Pro Pringle confirming he did hit the wall. Out of turn 1 and 2. Into turn 3. Probably a bit eager on the throttle, and unfortunately that's caused an end to his race and a start to another safety car. And now we're gonna see a interesting end to this race. Yeah, Ronnie's gonna pit. That's what I imagined, but he just stayed out an extra lap. Ligo is going to the end, I guess, and he's gonna really struggle to defend on these tires, I'd imagine. So, Ronnie out of the pits, Seb into the pits. Oh, and on to the 4-lap set of tires. Interesting. Vega didn't have a fresh set of softs. He's gone into the tires. Um, that must have been used in the spurt race. But that's gonna put him off. And Dry Goach, who was looking so good for a win in this race. That pit lane speed limit is a killer penalty at this stage of the race. Likely not going to be able to serve that penalty. And we're going to get another time around the track with this safety car. We've had some long safety cars today. Yeah, I don't think Ligo's strategy here today is gonna pay off, but maybe, at least not for the win. But maybe he can get somewhere in that 4th or 5th region. But everyone else on soft tires is gonna be really, really wanting to get by him. But it'll be 7 laps to go when this safety car comes in, if it comes in at the end of this lap. And that will be 7 laps of really tough defending for Ligo. And 7 laps of total pure racing through this front and midfield pack, all on the soft tires. Safety car in at the end of this lap. And here we go. Drag pushing him along. And Ligo's gonna go. Ikastef gets past Vega, but that's not allowed. So Vega gets the position back. Now down into turn 1. No contact yet. Vega keeps 4th. Ikastef had to defend from Ronnie Clay in 6th. And now Drag's on the attack. He's going to look for a move on Ligo, who's defending to the inside and defending really hard. He's going to have to really keep these drivers behind, away from him. He's on older tires. He's on harder tires. It's going to be near impossible to defend for 7 laps like this. And Miniko and Ikastef battling it out. Ikastef can't make the move on the Virtuosi. Oh, and there's a tap from behind, I believe. Oh, and that's Ronnie Clay, who's gone half around, but luckily hasn't gone full around. And Drag, oh, almost into the back of Ligo again. Now we're gonna go down the main straight into turn 1. It's not looking good for Ligo. It's looking like a good move for Drag Goat as Miniko sees the action. Oh, and Ligo tapped Drag into away from a move. There's contact between the Virtuosi and Drag Goat as Ikastef is getting into this battle. Maybe Drag might not like that defense from Ligo, but it's worked right now. And Ikastef getting past Drag Goat, the Welshman. Ronnie Clay getting past Vega, who's left the session. And now we go back to the action. Ikastef in 2nd place. Miniko in 3rd. Ligo still in 1st for now, but not for much longer, I don't think. And these soft runners are nose to tail right now. Slipstream gonna come into effect here. No DRS yet. Look at Dry Goach. He's got a lot of speed around the outside. DRS enabled into turn 1. Ligo defends. He's around. And comes out in 3rd place. Miniko luckily gets around him pretty quickly and keeps with Ikastef. Though now Ligo under immense pressure. And Dry Goach down the inside of Ligo, who's defending extremely hard, but it's not good enough. As those tires are just too worn, too old, and not soft enough to keep him ahead. Let me give Vega another invite. And now, Ligo under pressure from Ronnie Clay as well. Miniko's 3/10 away from Ikastef. And now, Ronnie Clay is going to get a nice, easy move. Ikastef and Miniko. Ikastef braked very late. Miniko's trying to open up the exit. Lots of battles throughout the field. We're going to go for the fight for the lead here. DRS and open for Minico, and out of the Retta Pasta we go. And oh my gosh, almost pushed off the track there, but the Virtuosi is still side by side, and finally, Minico has taken the lead of this race. We got a battle between Virtuosi and Prema in the championship, and we've got a battle between these two cars right now for the lead and the win of this race. 4 laps to go here. Make that 3.5, really. As Minico cooks the brakes, but luckily has saved it. And actually, Ikastef tapped him around. I think that's damage on his car. We'll need to see an angle there. Actually, I think that might be damage on Dry Goach's car, unfortunately. As the Welshman gets into another incident that really wasn't his fault, but unfortunately, somehow Minico has kept the lead of this race. And this, I don't imagine this battle for the win here is going to end now. It's going to keep on going. Steph's going to try and really retake the lead of this race. Luckily, the damage doesn't seem that awful. It's just an end plate off the side of the car. But still, it definitely affects the aerodynamics in this game. 8/10 the gap, so Minico trying to assert his advantage right now. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to make a mistake, like where he locked the rears there. Oh my god. He just went into the grass, and now Ikastef's got to run. That almost went off the track. He's going to force his way up the inside. And now Ikastef is going to retake the lead. Back and forth battle we have. Lap 19 of 20. Ikastef just got a penalty. Oh my goodness, and Ronnie Clay as well. That's a massive penalty and a crucial penalty that's going to affect the victory here and ultimately might lose Ikastef this race. Oh, and Dry Goach, another 3-second penalty. Or sorry, not another. He had a 5-second penalty. And now, Minico will just have to sit behind Ikastef, and really he could just chill between this little DRS pack. He doesn't have to take the lead at this race, but he can, and he probably will try to. So I'm sure he'd like to win on track, if possible, and if it's safe to do so. And now, with the help of DRS, he's going to go up the inside, and he's going to retake first place, I believe. But Ikastef is still there. And he's going to get DRS, I believe. So Minico's going to have to defend the inside. Ikastef's going to try it around the outside. It's not going to hold. He's going to go for a switchback. And these two really scrapping it out. Ikastef down the inside. Oh my gosh, it's almost like they're just about to make contact every time. Down the inside. Ooh, elbows out there. And Minico won't be happy about that one. Still, it's got to keep a cool head here because it's Minico's race to lose. And now, Ikastef's still in first place on track. Minico will win this race as long as he doesn't make any mistakes on this straight. He'll get the slipstream. He'll go into turn 1. It's going to be close to the line. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that one very controversial at the end. Oh, what has happened there? That one. Oh my goodness. What in the hell just happened there? As that is going to be a controversial end as Miniko DNFs on the final lap of the race. Ooh. There, I am sure, is going to report. Somehow, Lego has won this race. I don't know how that's happened, but kudos to Lego, who has ended up in first place. Ooh. There was really no need for any of that to happen, with it being a seemingly easy win for Miniko with the penalties, but lots of contact there. Maybe a late defense from Ikasef. We'll see what happens in the steward's room. That one will certainly be contested. As it's turned Miniko's weekend into a weekend to forget after it looked like a sure win. UF Vega will take home the fastest lap. And what a wild, wild finish. Shoot. Thank you, everyone, for watching. SimHaven is an online racing community for everyone. This was SimHaven's F2 Round 9 in Brazil. Event was possible thanks to Trace, myself, our commentator, Alex, who makes our beautiful calendar, Ilias, who runs our awards, Waps, who wrote our rulebook, Neutrals, and Ebby, who designed our new feeder series, and of course, all our awesome F2 drivers who race today. Our ACC branch, Haven GT, has the Sprint Cup season up and running again. More on that and our whole operation at simhaven.org. Check out our YouTube channel. It is just SimHaven. Join the Discord server at bit.ly/SimHavenFormula. That's where all the racing and signing up is at. SFR's esports team has qualified for the Stunt Championship Series Season 1. The circuit sponsored by the Stunt needs your support. The more people that get the app and join that Discord server, the more likely we are to get more opportunities like this. More info about this at bit.ly/SimHaven or /the Stunt. Our next streamed event is tomorrow. We'll be racing in Brazil again for F1 Round 9. Our new feeder series, F1.5, is hosting Round 3 in Spa. That's also tomorrow. We still have open seats. Sign up at our Discord at bit.ly/SimHavenFormula. Thanks for watching, and see you there.